Hi, everyone. Welcome to Heart and Soul Connected. My name is Allie, and I'm really pleased that you're here. Thank you for coming by. So today I want to talk about the retrieval of lost pieces of our souls. And it's something we can all do. It just is being aware of the fact that there might be missing pieces that do remain in our auras or in, the outside layers of that surround us. So the soul is more than just a spiritual concept. It's the essence of who we are. And it influences our emotional and our spiritual self-being. And it is usually done in profound ways. Think of it as the core of our being, which can get fragmented due to various life experiences that we might have had. We all probably have already gone through some traumas, some stress, or significant life changes that can cause us to feel very disconnected from ourselves. Recently in the culture, I think many people are feeling this way. And prior to any of the cultural changes that we've seen, we had that already embedded in our souls. It's like experiencing a sudden loss of going through a breakup or feeling like something's missing. Over time, these disconnections can accumulate and affect our sense of identity and our wholeness. Sometimes we might not even realize what's missing. We just feel ungrounded, lost, or that we're operating sort of on autopilot. I've been operating on autopilot now for at least 10 years. Just getting everything done, moving along, moving to this, moving to that, and dealing with the things that are needing to be done. And of course, many mothers feel that way when they're bringing their children in and having to take care of them and still do the other work for themselves. So over the disconnections, as they accumulate, they get more and more and more, and they affect us in very odd, probably, but exhausting ways because we feel exhausted. Sometimes we don't even realize what's missing. We feel ungrounded, lost, or our passions and creativity or zeal for life start to fade, making our relationships a bit more strained. And, you've had that happen where you think everything's all right or everything isn't all right and you think it will never change. So there's that whole dichotomy of movement through those kinds of changes and how to deal with them, or feeling like you need to tie up those holes in the soul. Reconnecting with lost soul pieces requires patience, self-love, and a willingness to confront our shadow. Our shadow is something that all of us run from, but really is something we need to always look at and move into a more positive light. Be not afraid of it, to look at it head on and say, what is it that I want to do to make my life better in this regard? So it's also could be childhood trauma. It could be a toxic relationship or a life transition. And a lot of things can happen at once, which really shatter our souls at the same time. We may lose a pet, we may lose a loved one, we may lose a job, we may change our homes. I mean, there's a whole list. Go through divorce. There's a whole list of things that people go through and the stress levels that come in with them. Meditation can help. It helps to quiet our minds. But again, as I usually say, meditations isn't the be all and end all. A lot of people don't feel comfortable meditating. And so I say, why don't you try a guided one? In other words, go to YouTube and ask for guided meditations and go somewhere else with somebody else doing the talking you through until you can feel it yourself. Reiki helps, and it can facilitate soul retrieval and clear blockages and bring more restoration to our energy fields. Journaling and self-reflection are always valuable, allowing us to process emotions and gain insights also into our experiences. I myself have journaled for many, many years. I sit and write whatever it is. And when I go back, I look at those things and I say to myself, I thought those were huge things, but now I see they were available to be healed because they have been healed. Sometimes this helps us in the process along the way as well. One story that stands out is of a woman under a painful divorce who felt completely lost, as most of us do. Through a combination of meditation, energy healing, and therapy, she was able to retrieve her lost soul places, regain her sense of purpose, and help others to do so. And it's a testament of the transformation to that particular soul retrieval power. There is a book on soul retrieval by Sandra Ingerman, if you're interested in knowing more about this topic, that explains this in a lot less complex words, but also in a fashion where you can read at your own pace. This is only a taste, and only a way to get you to realize there is such a thing as soul retrieval, because retrieving our lost soul pieces is crucial. It allows us to reclaim our wholeness, our vitality, and our sense of purpose. By doing so, we open ourselves up to deeper healing, more meaningful insights and connections, and a more authentic life, which is the hope for all of us. Thank you so very much. You have a beautiful day.